we are going to talk about Disenchanted now. I'm going to throw up Alan full screen so we can hear his review. Alan, what did you think of Disenchanted, now currently playing on Disney Plus?
Yeah, Disney Plus is a great place to watch Disenchanted. So this is obviously the sequel to Enchanted, and full disclosure, I was a big fan of Enchanted. I have a family. We went to it. We loved it. Music was amazing. The story was fantastic. It was just kind of what if the Disney princess story was brought to the real world, and so absolutely on board and loved the first film. This one just fails on all fronts, and so let's just tell the story a bit. Giselle, happens so many years later. Giselle is now a mother. She has an infant daughter. Morgan, her stepdaughter, has grown up. She's a teenager and going through angsty teenager things. And Giselle is now that she's a new mother, she misses the magic and the wonder of Andalasia. And she, as much as she loves New York, she wants to go back. And so they find a nice mansion, nice rundown mansion in the suburbs of Monroeville, and they buy a home there. And Morgan is upset, as teenagers are, that she had to move away from New York. And then Robert, Patrick Dempsey's character, he now has to take the train into the city to do his job. And so Giselle basically took the family, moved them to the suburbs, and now everyone is having to adjust their lives and not having it. And so as a housewarming gift, was it Edward and Nancy, Dina Menzel and James Marsden, they give a gift to the young baby of a wishing wand, and Giselle basically uses the power of the wand to turn Monroeville into basically a version of Andalasia, but in upstate New York, and that's where the magic comes in, and that's where the turmoil comes in, where what Giselle did is slowly corrupted Giselle and is turning her into the evil stepmother to Morgan. And so that's kind of how this movie plays out. We've got Maya Rudolph as kind of the the ruler of the new town, and when the magic happens, she becomes the villain at that point with her two henchwomen. And so it tries to bring the story of Andalasia to bring Andalasia to New York. And so that's the story. A lot of problems here. One is this is a cheap remake, a cheap redo of Enchanted. There's clearly no money involved in this. The magic, the wonder of the first movie is not here. It feels like it was meant for Disney Plus, and the budget of it looks that way. Let's see. The story is a little bit uninspired. Okay, so let me just cut to the chase. It's the music. The music is horrible. The music is so boring and bland. And I'm watching it and I'm going, did they just replace Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz and bring in some new guys to do some basic music? The songs here are what I think is killing Broadway at the moment, where the songs are basically dialogue and exposition set to music. And so there's not a single song that's hummable. There's not a single song that's memorable. And there's not a single song that really inspires anyone. And thankfully, Idina Menzel gets to sing in this one, but her song is equally inspired. And so then I waited to the end of the movie to find out, who wrote this music. I found out it was Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz. And I'm like, what the hell happened? I feel like maybe they were not given enough time to actually do a proper musical. And so it just fails on front after front. I think the problem with this is the problem with a lot of sequels when you don't have creative people behind it. They think that you could just bring the characters into the next movie and expect people to like it, when it's really the story of that character. What Giselle went through in the first movie, you sort of have to recreate it and progress it here. and instead they're just bringing the characters back, doing fantastical Disney things with a twist of comedy. And so, yeah, it's very boring. It's if you are a big fan of the first one, you're gonna really hate this one. Is it woke? So Morgan is a teenager. She's so of course she has feelings for
What?
a boy. So I don't think there's a lot of wokeness in this. I think it's just boring.
Wait a second. Are you saying that there's a heterosexual relationship in a Disney movie?
Yeah, she is pursued by a boy and she kind of likes him.
God, that is so
That's so
last
that is so
century.
2019.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. What's so funny is when I see that now, when I see also like either a same-sex couple or when I see a couple that isn't mixed race, I go
Mhm.
like, "Wow, you don't see that too often." But Alan, I'm surprised you didn't like this movie.
No,
It surprises me that you didn't love it.
no, I love this movie. I think it's the greatest movie ever. In fact, the best Disney movie ever in all of history.
Look, I couldn't finish the trailer for this movie, much less I have no interest in seeing it.
Yeah.
I
You
think
know, the worst part is you have these great actors. You have Maya Rudolph, Yvette Nicole Brown, Jimmy Mays, and they're wasted. You know, you can tell that they're restrained and held back from what you know that they could do, and it is so disappointing to see a lackluster performance from them.
well, I'm not surprised at the review, and I had no plans to see this movie at all.
Yeah, you can skip.
So I
Definitely
can
skip.
skip it. That's great.